So I have purchased here India's top selling smartwatches, which you get under rupees 3000. And we have purchased all these smartwatches on the basis of their top ratings and great reviews. And with all these watches here, I'm going to be doing some real-time tests from which you can get to know are their health sensors really accurate, and we'll be comparing them on a lot of other important features as well. And these brands are Tagg Verve Max, Boat Xtend, Fire-Boltt Ninja, and Noise Pulse Buzz. So firstly, let's talk here about the design and the build quality. So with Boat and Tagg here, you get a metal body design, and the look of those watches I found quite premium. And with Fire-Boltt and Noise also, you get a premium plastic body, and they also look quite good. And if I talk about the dial thickness here, so I found Tagg watch dial thickness very sleek and slim. And if I talk about all other watches, their dial thickness was comparatively a bit more. And with all the watches here, you get completely waterproof design. And to check this, I have done a real-time water drop test. So even after staying in water for 30 minutes, you can see here all the watches are working perfectly. So you can use these watches very easily under rain or any other water conditions. So now let's talk about the display quality. And in this, you get similar screen size and HD display quality in all the watches. But in all these watches, the main difference I found was in their UI and touch response. So I found here Tagg's and Fire-Boltt's UI and touch response, in which the touch was quite responsive and even the scrolling was quite smooth. But if I talk about Boat and Noise here, I found the touch response and scrolling comparatively a bit slower. And if I talk about the battery backup of all these watches, you get the maximum battery backup with Fire-Boltt watch here, which is around 10 days. And with all the other watches here, you get around a week's backup, and it is also quite good. And if I talk about the calls and notification option here, with Boat, you get only option to cut the call. And even with Tagg here, you get only option to silence the call or cut the call. But here in Fire-Boltt and Noise smartwatch, you also get an option of receiving the call, in which you can take up the call and directly speak from your watch. And if I talk about app notifications here, you get that option in all these smartwatches. But if I talk about the Noise here, I found the notification text size a bit smaller, which I didn't find very comfortable to read. So in all these watches, we've also checked their heart rate sensor and blood oxygen sensor, and we have compared them with Apple Watch Series 7, which is a market leader in the smartwatch segment. So firstly here I've checked my heart rate with Apple Watch, and you can see the result for the same. And immediately after that, I checked the heart rate of all the other watches as well. And you can see here, almost all the watches have performed quite similar as compared to the Apple Watch. And after that, I also checked the body oxygen level with all the watches. And even in that, all watches performed quite similar compared to the Apple Watch. And here I have tested the sleep tracking of all the watches by wearing them at the same time. And you can check out the results here. So here I found the Tagg, Boat and Fire-Boltt sleep analysis quite detailed, and even I felt it was quite accurate. But if I talk about Noise here, the sleep tracking data was not that detailed, and even I found it slightly less accurate when compared to others. So a lot of us use the smartwatches for running and walking as well. So to check the accuracy of that, I have done a 10,000 steps run test. So before 10,000 steps, you can see the step count of all the watches. And even after 10,000 steps, you can see the final step count here. And here also we'll be comparing them with Apple Watch data. So you can see in this table here, almost all the watches have performed quite well in step count and calorie count when compared to the Apple Watch. But if I talk about the distance here, all the watches had a slight difference in their data, but I didn't find it a major issue. So you can easily use these watches for your daily step tracking. So now let's discuss about the final results. So my first recommendation here would be a Fire-Boltt smartwatch, as it performed quite well in almost all the aspects, and even you get 10 days of battery backup with that watch. And my second recommendation here would be a Tagg smartwatch, because with that you get a very premium design, and even the UI and touch response of that watch was quite good. And finally, if I talk about Boat and Noise, they also perform good, but not as good as the other two watches. And also I will tell you that all these recommendations are completely unsponsored, and we are not trying to promote any particular brand. So to watch more videos like this with interesting tests and detailed comparisons, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So thank you for now. I'll see you in the next video.